Hello, my beautiful people. I'm back again and I'm back for good. My name is Bemiga Peter Olubayo, the young man who is happy to be part of your success story. Today, I bring you good news from Jane Sampson. This is a young lady who has been successful and landed in the UK a few weeks back as a senior carer. The thing about Jane is the fact that she was even the one that messaged me. She mailed me to say, I got this visa. I want to talk about this on your channel. And this is beautiful thing to know that someone like Jane is out there who is interested in people's success story like myself. So now, don't go away. I'll be right back. Thank you so much. I know it's a busy moment for you. You just came to the UK. It's an exciting time for you and your family. So it's so great to have you on this channel. So, like I
Thank
said,
you.
this is straightforward. It's just to encourage someone out there that this is possible. Okay.
Yes,
Now,
it
do
is.
you want to tell us a bit? I know you have a YouTube channel which is fast growing, and
Yeah.
anybody who really wants to get to know much of your story, I will encourage them to go to your YouTube channel, which I'm also going to leave in the description box for them. All right, but for the sake of viewers back at home, do you want to introduce yourself to us?
All right. So my name is Jane Sampson. I used to be a hospital manager in Nigeria. Um, I'm a mom of three. I've got three kids, two girls and two boys and an adopted daughter. I'm also happily married to my husband. And currently I'm here in the UK as a senior carer somewhere close to London.
Okay, that's great. I hope you are enjoying the weather. It's not always this nice.
I am. Actually, yesterday it was so sunny. I felt like I was back home in Nigeria, and I'm
Yeah.
just enjoying white last.
Yes. It will get better. Okay, so we will soon get to summer where everywhere is very warm
I
and
know.
you feel like you are back at home.
I have an idea, yes. So
Okay, that's good. You'll be here.
I,
Are you happy to let us know about how you got to know about the senior carer program in the first place?
right. So I am so happy to share how I got, and I want to start by saying thank you to you, Peter. Honestly, it is the way this is my only way of saying thank. Maybe I might send you flowers much later, because even though I schooled here in the UK years ago, I lived here years ago, but I didn't know about the senior carer stuff. And I was actually looking to come into the UK as maybe a PhD student. I was looking for a pathway to come into the UK. And somehow, I don't know, I think it's actually God, I stumbled on your channel. And you were talking about the senior carer. That was sometime in August in
Mm.
2021. Yeah, that was really one of the first people that started talking about this whole thing. So I was like, what is he talking about? And you talked about it. You placed the links of agencies. I remember shooting you an email, that very day. And I mean, so nice of you. You responded to that email to say, okay, go ahead and do this. Feel free to let me know if there's any way I could help. I was really encouraged. So I took the bold step. I went ahead with one or two of the agencies. I registered with them, but unfortunately, they were dragging. It was taking too long. And I said to
Mm.
myself, when you've lived here before, you have the internet. I started researching myself. I went into it myself. It took a while. And then, funny enough, during that period, I also got an offer. I got an interview. I got an offer, although that first offer didn't pull through. So it was actually from your channel I got to hear about senior care or whatever for the very first time. So I am very grateful to you.
Wow. You never know the difference you are making from the corner of your room, just doing your own thing.
Oh, yes.
I'm
Oh,
so
yes.
glad to hear that. And to
Yeah.
say that you were even the one to come back and say, Peter, I've got good news for you.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
happen that way. A lot
I
of people
know.
famous,
No, I
and
knew I
so
was
ahead
going to
in
come
their
back
life.
to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so thank you also for that. Thank you so much for that, for giving back to the community that
Absolutely.
in a way contributed to where you are today. And this is
Absolutely.
a call to other people out there. If in one way you've got to know about carer program in the UK and you were
Yeah.
successful at the interview, let's celebrate it
Of
together,
course. Of course. And
and
give others
encourage
hope as
others.
well.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, fantastic. I know that it wasn't easy. So for today, but I've talked about this several times. If you need more information, you can go to all the videos I've made, and you can head on to Jane's YouTube channel to get to know about her story very much. So, like I said, I'm sure that there are so many challenges along the way. But do you want to tell someone out there what were the things that basically or essentially help you to land on this job?
All right, I think the number one thing I really want to make very clear is you need to have some form of experience. Because I've seen some videos and I've seen some people say, "Oh, you don't need experience." I'm sorry, that's a blatant lie. You need experience, even though what you're coming to do is what anybody can do, but you need some form of working experience in a healthcare environment. So if you're not already working in a healthcare environment, it's going to be like going through the eye of a needle. That's the truth. So the first thing you want to do, whatever sector you are right now, is if this is the route you want to pursue to come to the UK, the first thing you want to do is look for somewhere to volunteer, look for somewhere to provide care. I mean, go to the job descriptions of what they're looking for and look for where to give that. And very importantly, let the people you're volunteering for know that they will need to provide you reference. Very, very important. They need to provide, yes, when the time comes, because it's not just wanting to volunteer. When your employers want to know, okay, who is giving you a reference, they need to let them know that at the end of the day, please, I'll be needing a reference. That's point number one. Then point number two is also the training. People tend to supersede the training over the experience. No, the experience comes first. So while you're doing every other thing, ensure that you started getting experience, number one. Then when I mean training, I mean healthcare training. Is what the healthcare certificate, the care certificate training, about 15 courses or so. So get as much as training as you can around this healthcare, stuff, because you will need it. Even though a lot of other organizations, they retrain you.
Yeah,
they all because it's part of their standard for them to train you. So you have to go through the training with them all over again. But it is important that you are trained in the care certificate. Very important. Also, for me as well, another thing is for those who are applying, this is where, because right now it's more competitive. It wasn't this competitive as last year. But right now, everybody wants to come to the UK from all over the world on that. It's more competitive. So my advice, or my what actually worked for me, because even the company I'm working for, I can't remember applying, I can't remember seeing the advert online. Because what I did at some point, I went through the UK sponsorship list. There's a sponsorship list that has the company that can sponsor you. Yeah. So I was sending emails to every company. Yes, I went through as far as that. So if it's something you want to do, it involves a lot of work. You need to be tenacious. You need to put in the work. Imagine I was sending out sometimes up to 20 emails, 30 emails in one day. So I think basically that it gets your documentations ready. That's also another part. For me, well, because I had already registered with an agency earlier on and didn't just work out with them, I had all my documents ready. That's also another part. All my documents, when I mean my police report, my TB tests. Yes, I had everything ready, because I just felt it only makes sense an employer when you have it in your cover letter that you have everything ready. So you're ready for them. Then you see some people, they have the experience, they're not even reaching IELTS and they're looking for a job. It doesn't make sense. Yeah. So just make everything ready.
Yeah, just like you said, it's now competitive. So if you are ready, if I happen to be an employer, I would rather go with someone that is ready.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. That's great. And you already touched on what the documents they need. Do you want to just highlight all of them if you still remember?
Okay, so basically, I think like I said, you need experience, and then you need training. Your care certificates, your certificates should be ready. The 15, even more. Like currently, my company, I had to do over 40 courses with my new company. Aside doing the ones I've done in the past. Yeah. So get your care certificate, get your police reports. I think it expires in 3 months. I had to do that 3 times. I did that 3 good times. These are things they have to go through. So the police report, you get that ready. You get your tuberculosis test ready. For the tuberculosis test, I would say leave that until you've gotten an offer. That's what I would advise, because I did it twice and it wasn't funny.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, yeah. Because by the time I did it initially, when I was now ready to apply for my visa, I had to do it all over again. So my advice is get every other thing and maybe leave that one. I mean, within a week, 2 weeks, you can get that one. I think other documents you need are your IELTS. Very important. For me, I didn't need IELTS because I've schooled here in the past. So I had my English, fine because I went to school in the UK previously. But every other person needs IELTS, or I think the NARIC certificate, where you have to grade the certificate. Unfortunately, I heard some companies don't accept the NARIC. I don't know why. Why some do. Yeah, why some. So I think to be on the safe side is just to undertake the IELTS and then
that's my sentiment too.
Yeah, just to be on the safe side, it involves a lot of money, but just go ahead, take the IELTS. And while you're doing this, you're also volunteering. You're getting experience. So it's not just like you're just busy applying. You don't have your IELTS. You don't have experience, and you're just waiting for miracle to happen. It's very, very unlikely. Yeah. Okay. Because I'm staying in my place of work right now. Every other of my colleagues that came from Africa, I've seen about 4. They're all nurses. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're recruiting the best of the best. So very unlikely that you get it without experience. Very unlikely.
So, and speaking about experience, fortunately for Jane, she is in the hospital setting. So someone out there can go and volunteer, like she said. You just have to show on your CV that you are able to do this thing.
Yes.
If you are able to do that for 6 months, 1 year, and the good thing about the senior carer role is that he's not going to leave that shortage of patient list tomorrow or in the next 6 months. He's permanently there. Okay,
yes.
Even if you are not able to get the healthcare assistant job at this time, gathering experience can land you on a senior carer role, which is fantastic. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much, Jane, for helping us with that. Now, I know that a lot of people are currently in dilemma, like, should I move ahead? Should I stay? Should I just stay put? Should I give up? Because of loads of unfortunate messages. How many, you might have lost count of them. But what was your experience receiving all these deniers?
Right. I think, Peter, for me, it was actually also a shocker for me because I felt it was going to be like that for me because, of course, like I said, I've lived here. I have the experience of working in the hospital. But the truth is, these companies also have their specifications of what they want, right? And the deniers are more when you're applying to companies that cannot offer sponsorship.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's why I'm saying don't bother going to just apply randomly or wherever. Don't bother because you get more denials. Focus more on the companies that have sponsorship and you can get them on the UK sponsorship list. Just go to the healthcare and the whole list is there. So it saves you time.
I've shared that already at one point.
Yes, you have. So it's better off to just go to that list and get, because every other company that gives sponsorship will be there. So why just apply randomly and get more heartbreaks? I didn't know this until much later. So my advice is go ahead and look for those that can sponsor, that have the license to sponsor. Much companies are also coming up to get their license. A lot of companies are coming up to get their license, which is great, and more will still come up. But to be on the safe side, just go and look for those on the sponsorship list rather than applying randomly. I got a lot of denial. When I mean, at a point, it was giving me heartbreak. Yeah. And the reason was because I got the first offer, which was very quick, but getting my certificate of sponsorship was taking so long. It was taking a long time. And then I have to start like January all over again. So another advice I have is instead of you, when the company interviews you and they say, oh, we're taking you, don't stop there. Keep applying. Yeah. That was, yes, just keep applying until you get your COS. That's when you can now rest. They haven't gotten your COS, forget it. Just keep at it until you have your COS on your arms. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much once again. So speaking about sponsorship, would you advise people to rather apply directly or they still need agencies?
Okay. I think for me, I don't know. If you can afford the agency, fine. When I mean the agency, I mean the regulated ones. The agency I was with, I got to know about it from you. The only challenge they had was they had too much people. Yeah. There was so much people. So when I say so much, so it was becoming frustrating. So with the agency, you need to be patient and it involves a lot of money. The money is a lot. Looking at the exchange rate we have right now. So if you ask me, I think if you've got your experience, if you've done your training certificate, and like I said, get all your documentations ready, I think it's something you can do on your own. I have a number of people who will soon be coming, who did this on their own. Who are, what I was doing it, I just look at what to do. But you need to have the experience. You need to be able to say to your employer that I'm working in the healthcare setting. Currently, I have my training certificate. I have all my documentations ready. I mean, any reasonable employer will like, okay, this person is ready. Let's pick it. But if you can afford the agencies, it has to be a true agency point of, because there's so many fake. I just got a message from someone who was saying that somebody charged at £3,500. That's ridiculous. £3,500. And I was saying, I hope you've not been scammed. So we need to be very careful because a lot of scammers are now out there. So if you ask me, I would say, okay, do it on your own, get it. But if you have the money, why not?
Yeah, just to let people then know that actually the UK regulation is that no agency should collect money for recruiting you from the overseas. Okay.
Yeah.
But however, they find their way in terms of helping you to edit CV, training you. They then, put admin fee, Basically, if you have paid anybody and they didn't do what they said they are going to do, you have literally been scammed. Okay, so because what the government says is that you shouldn't pay anyone in order to land on a job from the United Kingdom. All right. Okay, so thank you for that. So many deniers. Someone messaged me the other day and said, "Are you sure this thing works?"
I know. Funny enough, after I got my COS and when I was applying, I got 2 extra interviews offers. So these are places I've applied for long ago, and now they are ready. So I'll say, keep applying. You never know where it will come up.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Thank you so much. So now, did you make certain mistakes along the line that you think you'll be able to correct if you were to start all over?
Of course. One of the mistakes was, like I said, I got all my documents ready, which I would advise anybody to. But the TB test, I would say leave it for when you've gotten an offer. That's my bet. Because once a company gives you an offer, even though you put it there that, okay, I've gotten everything, but you can get that within, well, maybe because I'm in Abuja, within a week or 2. If you call them and tell them that you have a job offer, they can arrange something for you to say, okay, come in. But that was what I did the second time. So I would say leave the TB test because it made me 58,000 is a lot of money. It made me apply because after 6 months it expires. So I did the first one in I think in October, and by April, so it expired. I had to get another one. So that's mistake number 1. And then mistake number 2 was when I applied and got offer for the first company, I just relaxed and was waiting for COs and never came. That was a huge mistake. So my advice to anybody is don't just keep applying. Even if you do interview and they say, oh, we're giving you the job tomorrow. Keep applying that night until you get CON. It's when they sponsored you, you got to see the Korokoro eye, and that's still okay. I've gotten this. Also, I think give it more. When I say give, I mean give it more. Your interview, you need to be very, very prepared. My first interview, I was very much prepared. My second interview, I was not that prepared because at that point I was almost giving up. But eventually I got the job. So I think these are the 3 major things I would say.
So, I actually had a checklist. I'm not sure if you had a look at one point, where I noted everything you need in order to, and, I think I put them in order as well. So things like TB test should be at the end of the, they already offer you. You just want to apply for your visa because that is when you need it. And police report. Police report also is needed just at that point. So although that doesn't cost so much, about 3,000, 5,000 for people in Nigeria, but it also expires within 6 months. Although it says 3 months on that. It says 3 months on that their certificate, but it's actually 6 months. If within 6 months you can still take it to the for visa application. Okay. So I will still leave a checklist, link to that checklist there if someone will find it necessary. There's something so many agencies were asking for at that time. They were asking for international driving license. Did they ask you, and do you think that's important?
Because my company actually asked for international driving license.
Okay.
That was asked for. They asked, even the first one, they asked for international driving license. So I would say it's not very expensive. I would say to be honest, I think it's about 10,000 you can get it. So I would say to be on the safe side, just go ahead and get it. It's even, I think it gives you, this for when they see that international in front, okay, they know that, okay, you're ready to come and use it abroad. Many of them might not know that you can use the national driving license.
Yes, you're right.
Yes, but my company actually asked for the national driving, and my job involves driving from one place to another. So
Oh, so actually, to drive in the UK, you don't need international license. So what the government gov.uk says is that if you have your national license, you'll be
Mhm.
able to drive for 1 year in the UK.
Yes,
So
yes.
along that line, you need to start processing your UK provisional driver license
Yes, yes.
and proceed
Okay.
to full driving license. So I
Yeah.
drove in the UK with my national license. I didn't get any
Wow.
international driver license. Just like Jane has mentioned, it doesn't cost so much to
Yeah.
get one. Just to be on the safe side, you can
Mhm.
get one and get ready for the big deal. Okay. And then you started talking about cost. We've started mentioning the Nigerian naira. So
Mhm.
if someone were to apply directly, what do
Mhm.
you think the cost implication would be? Like the visa, flight, and all that.
Okay, to be honest, I've not really sat down to do like a calculation because I just told myself, but it involves money. It involves a lot. And when I say a lot, because of the conversion rate, when I was coming, a pound was about 780 naira in
Mm,
Nigeria. That's a lot compared to where we then, which was about
yeah.
250. So I think it's financially draining. It is financially draining. So you have
Mm,
to have some form of cash. Like these documentations I'm talking about, you need money to run these documentations. Yeah. You need money to go on the internet to apply for jobs. You need money to do one or two things. Eventually, of course, when you buy, I tell people, by the time you get the COS, apply for the visa, money will come. So I'm not even talking about money. Even if you don't have money, people will borrow you money.
of course.
Like, yeah. So initially, it's actually financially draining. It's mentally draining as well because it creates a lot of negativity. So I think financially, you just need to be ready. It costs money, and then if you're going through the agency, it's also much,
Mm,
much more expensive. So what really take the money is you getting your documentations, like your TB test, which is much later, your police report, your international driving license, your passport, very important. Some people don't have passport and they're applying. I don't know the miracle they want to do. Your IELTS, all these things
mm,
cost money. So I think with
yeah.
all that, it should be fun. Yeah.
Okay. I think we've literally covered most of the things people need to know out there.
Mm.
We've talked about this several times. So thank you so much for coming, Jane. Just so you have been in this situation and you know what it is. Are you finding UK interesting? At least I know.
When I came at a time that the weather is so beautiful, so I'm actually enjoying the weather. While it lasts, I am. Yeah.
While it lasts, yes.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice, could be general advice for people struggling out there, about to give up, what would you say to someone today?
The truth is, I think my first advice is understand that it's not just you. There are so many more people out there. So you have to do whatever it will take you to put you at an advantage. So if you understand that, when I mean thousands of people, not just from Nigeria, all over the world. I mean, my other companion with my company, my flatmate is from South Africa. I have two other ladies that are from Ghana.
Mm,
So these are people from all over the world that are pursuing these things. So you have to sit down and go through the descriptions and look at it. What do I need to do? If the care certificate is 15 courses, look for extra and make your own 30. Yes, look for extras and have like 30 courses that is related to health, everything. Make it 30. If an employer sees someone that has 15 and you have like 30 health courses, the truth is they'll think of you first. Your CV later, go online and search for how to write UK standards CV, how to write a cover letter, proper cover letter. Put everything you have. For me, I put it on my cover letter. I put all my courses I've taken. I put all the documents I have read. I put all this into my. So when you see it, first of all, you see it out there. So put your best foot forward. Now, another thing a lot of people are now doing, some people are offering to pay for COS. And I'm going to say, please stop.
mm.
Please. A lot of Nigerians are now asking the company that they want to pay for their COS. Why would you want to do that? Please, they should just stop and just put yourself at a better position. You as an individual, ask God for insight. You will know how to put your best foot forward. And I know that with God, you're on the right path.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for
Thank
that.
you. Thank
So
you.
before you go, I know you had lots of options. You've done your master's in the UK before. Why did you choose a senior carer pathway compared
That's a,
to that of a
that's a
student?
very beautiful question. Now, for me, like I said at the beginning, I had options of coming back to the UK to study, to study and maybe a PhD or go back to do another master's. And then I stumbled on your channel. God bless that day. I stumbled on your channel. And I just, and for me, because I've also worked in the healthcare previously in the UK. So it was a good, and then I was currently in the healthcare in Nigeria. So I felt, wow, this is a fantastic opportunity. So for me, this is like a transition job. Of course, it's a transition and job for me onto better things. So why don't I explore the opportunity, and come into the UK? So I'm thankful. I am grateful. For some people, it might be degrading, it might be demeaning. Well, we all have our end goals.
Of course, of course, of course. And I pray that you get to that point where you can look back and thank God for that day that you made the decision to come back to the United Kingdom.
That's right.
Many of us have been here for a short time as well. And to the glory of God, we are not doing badly compared to if we were to be in our fatherland. So, there are a lot of opportunities people need to consider.
Absolutely.
When you come here, it's a different climate, and you can just become whatever you want to be.
Exactly. That's my business. I know I can become whatever I want to become when I'm in the system. So just to get into the system and run with it.
Yeah. Thank you so much once again. If you have any comments, anything, any question, more questions for Jane, she will be available to answer them. I'll be available as well. There'll be so many links provided for you. And do you want to tell us about your YouTube channel shortly?
Right. So I've got a YouTube channel for like God knows how long. But because there are also a lot of like the things I've explained on this video that I see some issues that are not so true. I just felt, I'll just bring out a little of my time and explain in details things that people really need to do or to start doing. So in the coming days and weeks, I'll be sharing from my own experience, from what I know. I've lived in the UK before. I know what it is to work here. So I'm happy to share. So do well to like, to subscribe, and to share. Thank you.
Yeah, and the name of the YouTube channel is
James Hall.
Oh,
Hall, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye for now.
Thank you.
So,
Bye.
as Jane has mentioned so far, you will realize that all these things are not different from what we talked about before. It's all about getting yourself ready for opportunities. Opportunities comes but once, and when they come, you have to be prepared. Don't forget, tomorrow is not just another day. Tomorrow is somebody's day. If you have any success story from watching this channel and you want to share with me, feel free to message me on peterolubayo@gmail.com or ieltsreviewhub@gmail.com. I'm quite available. If you have any question at all, any comments, put them in the comment section and I'll be back to respond to them. Thank you once again for listening. You have been very fantastic. It's been wonderful on this channel with you because you are there. Bye.